Well, hello all. Hope you can hear me and see me. If you can just let me know that you can, that would be good. If you hear me all right, you can just let me know. Well, thanks, Kim. Thanks, Ben. It's good of you. Good, good. That's okay, good. At least I'm not speaking to myself, which is a result. So I hope you're all keeping well, and hope you're getting through all this all right and avoiding Bournemouth Beach as best you can. Trying to keep your distance. My son, Dean, suggested that they make large rubber rings compulsory for people to go to the beach and have to wear them. They might give you a little bit more distance. But I hope you're all staying well. I hope we're getting through it. You're all getting through this okay. If anyone's got any questions before we start, please ask, and if I can answer them, I will. Today we're going to be talking about aging and all the things that go along with aging, the pain that we experience, the loss that we experience. I have that from India. I don't know what time it is there, but thanks for joining us. So if anyone's got any questions about what we're doing today, if you've got anything you want to say about it or ask me, please do. And if I can answer it, I will. I hope you're enjoying these sessions on a Friday. And if you've got any suggestions for something a subject you'd like me to work with you on a Friday, let me know. And if it's in my power to do so, I'll do it. Okay. All of these are being recorded. So if you've missed any from the past, then you can always go to my YouTube channel, which is Freddy Jacquin Hypnosis. They're all on there. They're on my website, freddyjacquin.com. You can see a kind of running theme here with Freddy Jacquin in front of everything. You can visit. And these ones I've been doing on a Friday are all there, but also the ones that I did for a fortnight for the College of Medicine, which I ran every day for a fortnight. So they're all up there. You can revisit them. And I say, you can always email me and ask me questions, anything that, any questions you have about what I do or things that are going on in your own life. If I can help you in that way, I will. Okay. Let's have a look at see who's, I think it's just people saying hello in the chat room. Thanks, Helen. Someone said about procrastination. That's a very good subject, but I'll put that off until a little bit later. No, I won't. I'll have a look into that for you. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad people are enjoying the sessions. We'll give it a few more seconds for people to join, and then we'll get into it. So, aging, which is a subject close to my heart now, unfortunately. But it's one of those things that we're all going to experience if we're lucky enough. There are a lot of people that don't survive till old age, and with tragedies and accidents and wars and all those things that in the past 100, 150 years have taken people in their very early life. Think about the Great Wars, kids 18, 19, 20 losing their lives. So, I as much as we can complain, and I do complain about getting older, it is a privilege. It is a privilege that not everyone gets. So it's really how to live it the best we can. There is feelings of loss. I know from my own point of view, there's things I can't do now, which I could have done 3 years ago, 5 years ago. As I was saying to my son today, it's like you've got this upward curve when you're young, getting to, I don't know, 40 or whatever it is. Then it kind of levels off. You get to where I am at 68, and it's like a steep cliff, and it seems to be changing very rapidly every day. And there are things that we all have to experience, and we don't all have to experience, but most of us do experience. And that is things like pain, whether it's arthritic pain, whether it's pain from old injuries. You know, if you've lived a life like I have, where I've done a lot of sport and I've done a lot of hard work, if you like, physical work as well, then all of that stuff catches up with you. And I'm sure people watching this, some of you have that same experience. But it's how to deal with that without it getting us down. Because I think that's the hard part, the part that most of the medical people are faced with. You know, it's not even the physical differences. It's the mental attitude towards getting older, the fear and anxiety, you know, of death, even as it looms larger as we get older, and the fear of loss. You know, the way we kind of, I know from my own point of view as a man, the things that I've based my kind of manliness on and my manhood on and all those things, you know, that slowly dissipate as we get a bit older. You know, our vitality, our vigor, our looks, all the things that we kind of base our worth on tends to disappear as we get older. So I'm going to be talking today about how we can deal with that and getting things in perspective, really. More of an understanding and acceptance of where we're at and enjoying every moment of where we're at. You know, appreciating the fact that we are still here. I'm probably talking to a lot of young people out there, and I'm talking like I'm 1 foot in my grave, which I hope I'm not. You know, my dad's 96, so there's hope for me yet. But you know, the acceptance of what we can do and what we can't do. Because I think that's the difference. You know, recognizing the things we can change and the things we can't change. Because we can keep looking back and keep thinking, well, I used to be able to do this and I used to be able to do that. And I've kind of kept fit all my life. I've done exercise all my life. And when you're doing sport or you're doing any kind of exercise, when you're younger, if you work past your limit, you know, let's say you're lifting weights or you're running or you're doing any kind of physical exercise, when you work past your limit, when you're younger, it's that point where we grow and we get stronger. But it comes a point in time, and I know because I'm speaking from my own personal self here, that I know what my limits are now and I can work to them. If I try and work past those limits, then it becomes detrimental rather than beneficial for me. So all of these things I'm going to be talking about in this next hour or so, about acceptance of where we are, looking for the joy we can find in every day, which is what I try and do. You know, for most of us, if we got to this age, and we might have children, we might have grandchildren. You know, my oldest granddaughter's 26 now. Who knows? You know, I might be have some great grandchildren soon. I could be a great granddad. But yeah, so all of the things that we can look forward to doing, and about keeping ourselves as fit as we can. You know, when we're younger, you know, we could go out, we could party all night, we could drink all night, we could have 2 hours sleep, wake up in the morning, have a cold wash, look in the mirror and think, yeah, I look okay. If I was to do that now, it would take me about 3 weeks to recover. So our bodies don't recover in the same way as they did when they were younger. So it's really about acceptance of what we can do, working to keep ourselves fit, keep ourselves mentally well, and keep ourselves moving forward with a good mindset in appreciating where we're at. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to give you some skills. Now, I think aging is it's not a problem, but it's a subject that most therapists don't really look into, especially if you're a hypnotherapist. They're normally looking at dealing with people with drugs or fears or phobias. But aging is a massive market and it's going to get bigger and bigger. So if you are a therapist watching this and you're not looking at a way of helping people who are getting older or marketing your skills to those people, then I think you're missing out. And I think I'm going to show you some skills that you can take into helping people. And if you're a doctor, skills that you can use in a very short period of time, maybe in a 5 or 10 minute appointment with your aging client, if they're suffering from pain or anxiety. And so that's my intention over this next hour or so. If you are someone, and I don't know, because obviously I can't see you and I don't know how old you are, but if you are someone who is getting older and it is becoming a problem for you, in as much as you know, those anxieties are with you about, you know, everything that happens to me now is catastrophic in my own mind. You know, it's no longer, oh, well, it's just a headache. I'll get over it. You know, and I think as we get older, those fears grow. So if you are someone who's watching this and that does affect you, when we do the hypnosis part of this session, I'm going to be helping you eliminate all of the irrational fears and anxieties. And notice I emphasize irrational because as we get older, it's no point in just ignoring if we've got aches and pains. We need to go and see our doctor. But if the doctor has said to you, look, this is just old age, you know, it's chronic, it's long-term fear or whatever, or pain, and there's nothing physically wrong with you, then we're going to help you overcome and eliminate those fears and anxieties. So you can live your life without those fears, because what's going to happen is going to happen. I'm not talking, as I said earlier, about ignoring pain or ignoring these things. I'm saying you should still check out with your doctors. But if they're saying this is just an aging thing, then accept that and then eliminate your fears and anxieties. I'm also going to show you, run again with you, the arrow technique for eliminating chronic pain, whether it's arthritic, whether it's just old age pains. You know, I know myself, and I'm 68 now, and I know when I get out of a chair, it takes me like 3 or 4 minutes to kind of walk properly. Maybe I shouldn't sit down so much, I don't know. But anyway, and it's the same when I get out of bed in the morning. If you could see me first thing in the morning, I mean, I'm sure one day I might get someone to video it because it's hilarious, until my body kind of gets back to normal and my bones get back to normal. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people as we get older. You know, there are things that we can do to help ourselves. Things like, you know, if you're overweight, then look at a way of helping yourself with that. The last week I worked with weight loss, and I offered everyone my book. A lot of people asked for it, and I've sent it to as many people as I'm aware of. If you didn't get it, if you do want it, my rope workout book, which you can do at home, and my motivation audio. If you haven't got that, then email me and I'll send you the audio and the book for free. Okay. There are ways we can look at what we're doing. When we're young, we can eat what we like because we're moving differently, you know, and then we get into the habit of eating in a certain way, and we carry that on even then when our lives change and we slow down a bit, and then we wonder why we put on weight. It's because we're not moving as much. So we do have to tailor the way we eat to how we are in our lifestyle at this point in time. So those things we're going to address today when we're in hypnosis. If anyone's got any questions about this, please ask. If anyone's got any specific things that they say that they want me to help them with today, then please put it in the chat box. I know we're in amongst a group of people here, but if you're willing to do that, do that. As I said, for those of you who are not old at the moment, you know, and you're watching this, if you are working with people and if you are a therapist, as I said, this is going to be a market that's going to be growing. The percentage of people, old people in the world are going to continue to grow. And every one of those people at some point is going to need some kind of help, whether it's psychological help or physical help. And the few tools I'm going to offer you today, you'll be able to help those people. You don't have to be a hypnotherapist to use any of these tools, okay? Right, so, okay, thanks, Tommy. I mean, you know, Tommy's saying thanks for my generosity. It's not, I love this, as you can probably tell. And as I said to someone earlier today, starting me up is one thing, shutting me up is something completely different. Because I could talk about this all day, and the joy of it is, as we're talking about age, the joy of it is, providing I can speak and they can wheel me into a room, I can still do this work. And that's the joy of it. I don't need any equipment. And I used to say anywhere in the English speaking world, but the way the technology we have now, that no longer holds, because you can get instantaneous interpretation on your phone, on Zoom. You know, you can speak to masses of more people who don't speak your language now. So yes, providing they can wheel me in the room and I can continue to speak, then I can continue to do this work. And I intend to do it, to be honest with you, because as I said to you a moment ago, I love it. So anyway, for me, there is nothing better. And some of you might take this what I'm teaching you today, what I'm going to do actually, at some point, I'm going to teach you how to do the arrow technique. It's a very rapid technique. And if you're not using it at the moment, you don't have to be a hypnotist to use it. If you're a doctor or a nurse, or you're anyone that cares for anyone that's in pain, I'm going to ask you just listen to the way I teach you it today, and then learn it and do it. For me, and I've helped a lot of people out of different things, smoking, drugs, all kinds of stuff. For me, the greatest enjoyment, if you like, if that's the right word, is when you're working with someone in chronic pain, and after you finish that bit of work with them, they can't feel the pain. For me, I don't think there is anything greater that we could do for someone than to help them out of pain. And I'm going to teach you how to do the arrow today. You know, you can come and do a course with me, you can do all that stuff, but the truth of the matter is, it's a very simple technique. I'm going to run you all through it so you experience it for yourself, and then I'm going to go through the steps so you can learn it. And I want you to try it. You know, this is, as I say to people who say, well, is it safe to use? It's only words. It's only your imagination. I'm not giving you some kind of experimental pill or potion that we don't know what's going to happen. You know, you don't have to be a hypnotist to use these skills that I'm going to teach you today. And I'm also going to teach you how to deal with irrational fear and anxiety. You can, of course, use the arrow technique for that as well. But I'm going to teach you another very rapid way of dealing with an irrational fear. Okay, so whether you're a hypnotist, whether you're not, whether you're here because you have got pain, you have got fear and anxiety, whether it's because you just want to feel better about the aging process yourself, those are my intentions today. Okay, right, so let me start by once again asking any questions, see if there's anyone's got any questions about what I've just said. Okay, someone's just said about missing the session last week, the weight loss session. Just email me and say you want the book, the rope workout book and the audio, and I'll send it to you. Again, I'd love it if some of you, when we finish this session today, and if you're working with someone in pain, or if you've got a family member in pain, go and run the arrow with them. You can say, I saw this strange bald guy on the video and he showed me how to do this technique, and run it with them and just see what happens. And as I say to people, you have nothing to lose other than like 5 or 10 minutes of your time. But the question is, what if after that 5 minutes, that pain's gone? And what if that person's life's changed because of something you did? And that's my intention today, to give you that skill today to do that. Okay. Right. So, well, thanks for, people who are just stating where these videos are, letting everyone else know. Okay, so first thing I'm doing, I'm going to teach you the arrow technique. You're going to learn that in the next 10 minutes. And then I'm going to run you through the arrow technique so you can experience it. And then I'm going to show you this new rapid phobia technique that I've developed as well. Both of them very simple to use and very effective, okay? So the arrow technique, let me quickly tell you, for those who haven't experienced it before, or haven't heard me speak about it before, I developed it in the late 1990s, and it came really from two ideas. One was the idea of dissociation. I suffered throughout most of my life, until the last maybe 10 years or so, with kidney stones. And apparently it's the worst pain a man can experience. And when I had to get treatment, it was so painful. On my way to the hospital, or while I was laying in hospital waiting to get some morphine or some other kind of wonder drug painkiller, I would run myself through this memory that I had about a trip I had down to France with a girlfriend years ago. And I'd get into the detail, what was the number plate of the car? What was the color of her shorts? What was the cheese that we ate? What kind of beer did we drink? And I'd get right back into that memory. And the more detail I had to dig into the memory, and the more I had to search that memory for the detail, the further away I got from the pain I was experiencing, if you can understand what I mean. And I got to the point where I could actually get back into that memory. So I was looking back to now from that memory. And at that point, I couldn't feel any pain. So the idea of disassociation, or dissociating from your body, is a great way of helping yourself when you're in any kind of discomfort or pain. But it's quite difficult to hold that state. And I'd also studied a guy called Milton Erickson. If you're a hypnotist, you'll know about him. And for me, he's the godfather of hypnosis. This is a man that was a genius, and he used to think outside the box. And he recognized that if you're in pain, serious pain, and someone says to you, relax, that's ludicrous, because it's almost impossible to relax if you're in pain. Yet most hypnotherapists, and if you ask someone on the street what hypnosis is, they'll probably say it's relaxational sleep, because that's how it appears on the stage. And the stage hypnotists say sleep, and the person looks like they're asleep. So most people, if you ask them what hypnosis is, will say it's relaxational sleep. In fact, I would be surprised if more than 5% of the hypnotherapists out there do not think that relaxation is part of a hypnotherapy session. You know, I like to, and it's maybe a wrong thing to say, but if you're only using relaxation in your hypnotherapy, then you're a relaxer therapist, not a hypnotherapist. And it's a cruel thing to say, but I'm going to say it because I believe it. But hypnosis has nothing to do with sleep, and it has nothing to do with relaxation. Erickson understood this. So what does drive people into hypnosis is the focus of attention. If I say, you know, look into my eyes, focus on my eyes, or I say, look at the back of your hand, focus on a light, we get people to focus on something, and then we drive them into hypnosis from that focus of attention. So Erickson understood this. So he used the pain itself as a focus of attention. He'd say, go to the very center of that pain, the very hot spot of that pain, and focus on it for a moment. And he'd use that focus of attention to drive them into hypnosis. So these two ideas were in my mind for a long time, and I figured I could put it together in some kind of technique, which is now known as the arrow technique. And you'll recognize these things as we go along, as I teach you. So the first thing is you can do this in or out of hypnosis. And you can ask the person, say, look, I'm just going to ask you to imagine some things. You can do this eyes open, eyes closed, but it'd be probably better eyes closed. So you say, like, just take a breath in. Now, some of you have been doing these Friday days with me will realize that this is how I start most of my sessions anyway, online anyway. Take a deep breath in and just allow your eyes to close. So then they're in, okay? Now you're going to ask them to imagine some stuff. And in reality, is there any difference between you going for a long hypnotic induction or just saying to the person, imagine something? That's my feelings on this. But anyway, this is how you're going to start this. Ask them to close their eyes. First thing to do, let me do this first. If you've got pencil and paper, write this down. You always, if someone comes to you and says, I'm in pain, do not say, well, I'm going to run this technique, we're going to eliminate that pain. Always ask this question, and it's really important that you ask this question. Is that pain of any use to you any longer? In other words, is it useless, unnecessary pain? Pain that's outlived its purpose? And if it is, then carry on and work with them. If they say, no, I've had this headache for 2 weeks, and you ask if they've been to the doctor, and they say, no, I haven't been to the doctor, then say, go to the doctor first, get them to check it out. And if it's just chronic pain, come back and see me. And it's the same with any kind of pain that person's suffering, stomach ache, chest ache, whatever it might be. Do not say, I'm just going to eliminate that pain for you. So that's the question. Is the pain of any use? And I ask it in this way. I'll say, I'm going to ask it in a different way. In a moment when the pain's gone, will that be detrimental to you in any way? If the answer comes back, no, it won't be detrimental, then you can start this process, okay? And say, ask that question. And also ask this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excruciating and 0 being no pain at all, how much pain are you in at the moment? Now, it's important that you get this number, because the thing about pain is that once it's gone, it's really hard to remember what it felt like. We can remember being in pain, but we can't remember what that pain felt like. I always say that's why women have more than one child. If they can remember what the pain was like, they probably quit right there. But it's one of those things, fear and pain. Once that's gone from our lives, it's really hard to imagine what it felt like. So ask the question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is that pain now? And they're going to give you a number, and I'll explain why we ask that in a moment. And then we go through the process, and this is the process. And I promise you, all of you can do this. Say, close your eyes. I'm going to teach you this first, and then I'm going to run you through it. Okay, so just listen to the process. Close your eyes and imagine you're drifting up out of your body. Just imagine you're leaving your body in that chair. Imagine you're drifting higher and higher. Imagine you're drifting so high that you can look down and in your mind's eye, you can see a target, like an archery target, a massive target way down below you. You can see the bands, you can see the very center. Now in the center of that target is the useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort you've been experiencing. Now in a moment, I'm going to make this sound. As I make that sound, you're going to be fired, shot like an arrow, straight through the center of the target and straight out the other side in a millisecond. But be brave. As you go through the center of the target, you may experience that pain even more intensely for a split second. But be brave. This is the last time it's going to affect you. Get ready. And now you're out the other side, just drifting in that space of bliss. See the face of the people you love, people that love you. Feel that love right now. And feel that love like a burning hot sun in a summer sky. Shrink it down to a white hot ball of light. Let that flood your body and your mind. And notice as you feel that love and that light, every ounce of that useless pain's gone from your body and your mind. Now I want you to imagine drifting across the other side of the room so you can see yourself sitting in that chair. You can hear the words I'm saying, you can see the clothes you're wearing. And notice as you watch yourself from the other side of the room, that every ounce of that pain's gone from your body and gone from your mind. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. And only as quickly as the unconscious mind knows and has made those changes at a molecular cellular level that will allow you the freedom from that useless pain forever and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made, only then will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair, only then will your eyes open and you unable to experience any of the useless, unnecessary pain. Go ahead, take your time. Only when those changes have taken place will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair, only then will your eyes open, unable to experience any of that useless pain. Go ahead, take your time. And the moment they open their eyes, you look at them and you say, where's the pain gone now? Try and feel it and find you cannot. And the general response is going to be, I can't feel it. And then you say, it will never bother you again. Okay, now this is recorded, so you can look back at this if you want, and you can see it's taken me 5 minutes to tell you how to do this. And it is no more complex than that, okay? It's a very simple procedure. Don't think, well, it can't be that easy, because that's what many people have thought until they've tried it. Now, I'm going to run you through this in the next 5 minutes yourself, so you can experience it from the inside. Now, the thing is, if you're here because you have got long-term chronic pain, whether it's arthritic pain, whether it's just old age pains, then, and that pain's no longer of any use to you, then we're going to eliminate it. If you're there because you've got an anxiety or some kind of stress going on in your life, then I'm going to put both those things into this target and we're going to eliminate it, okay? So I want you to take part in this now. Do this for yourself. You can, in your own mind's eye, you can put whatever negative problem you have in that target and we're going to wipe this out. But first, I want you to do this. Ask the question, is the pain of any use to yourself? If it's gone, if there's no use to that pain, if it's outlived its purpose, then that's fine. Scale it on a scale of 1 to 10. You can put that in the chat box if you want. Whatever your experience, whether it's fear and anxiety or pain, I want you to put that number in the chat box for me so that we can look at this again in a moment. Okay? And then do this. Do it with your eyes closed. Just close your eyes. Take a breath in and close your eyes. Now imagine you're drifting up out of your body. Just imagine you're drifting up out of your body, the essence of who you are. You know, you might think if you're a religious person, you might think it's your spirit, your soul, you know, the essence of who you are as a person. Let that just drift away from your physical being for a moment. And imagine you're drifting higher and higher. Imagine you're drifting up like a helium balloon that some young child has let go in the park. And imagine you're drifting so high now that you can look down and you can see the planet Earth below you. You can see that beautiful blue planet in your mind. See the whites of the clouds and the mountain tops. You can see the greens of the forest, the blue of the ocean. See that beautiful blue planet below you. And notice as you look at the planet from way off, how your perspective changes. You can think about the 7.5 billion people on that planet, of which you are one. And notice how your perspective changes. Things that had seemed overwhelming no longer have any power over you. Useless, unnecessary thoughts and pain no longer have any power over you. Now, I want you to see between you and that planet now, a target, like an archery target, a massive target below you. You can see the bands, you can see the very center of that target. I want you to notice in the center of that target is every irrational fear and anxiety you've been feeling, any doubts you've been feeling, any anxiety you've been feeling, and any useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort you've been experiencing is in the center of that target. Now, in a moment, I'm going to make this sound. As I make that sound, you're going to be fired, shot like an arrow, straight through the center of that target and straight out the other side into a space of bliss in a millisecond. But I want you to be brave about this, because as you go through the center of the target, you may experience that anxiety or that pain even more intensely for a split second, a millisecond. But be brave. This is the last time this is ever going to affect you. So get ready. As I make that sound, you're going to be fired, shot like an arrow, straight through that target, straight out the other side. Get ready. And now you're out the other side, just drifting in that space of bliss. See the face of the people you love, people that love you. Feel that love now. Feel it like a burning hot sun in a summer sky, and shrink it down to a white hot ball of light, as big as a golf ball. Pull that into the very core of your being and feel that love and that light emanating out through every cell, every fiber, pushing out every ounce of doubt, every irrational fear, every anxiety, every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort. Feel that love and that light lifting you up, lighting you up. Now imagine drifting across the other side of your room so you can see yourself sitting in that chair. You can see the clothes you're wearing, you can hear my voice, and notice as you watch yourself from the other side of the room, how every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort has gone from your body. Every ounce of anxiety, every irrational fear and thought gone from your mind. I'd like your unconscious mind to make those changes now at a molecular, cellular, neuron level that will allow you that freedom forever. Allow you to have the life and the health you want. And only when those changes have taken place at a molecular, cellular level, and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made. Only then will you be able to drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair. Only then will your eyes open with a smile on your face, unable to experience any of the anxiety, any of the fear, any of the pain. Go ahead, take your time, do it thoroughly. Only when the unconscious mind knows and has made those changes at a molecular, cellular, neuron level that will allow you that freedom forever and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made. Only then will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair. Only then will your eyes open, unable to experience any of the useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort. Go ahead, take your time, do it thoroughly while I wait quietly for your return. So where's the pain and anxiety gone now? On a scale of 1 to 10, where's that pain, where's that anxiety gone now? Try and feel it and find you cannot. And that will never affect you again. Okay, I'm going to wait to make sure everyone's back in their chair. Okay, well, look, if you've just experienced that for yourself and whatever pain you're experiencing is gone, whatever anxiety's gone, just let me know in the chat box by putting that number now, the zeros in there. That's what I want to see. And let me know, okay? Right, so there in a nutshell is the arrow technique. You know, I'm running a 4-hour arrow workshop on Sunday with my son Anthony. And if you're a member of our training platform, the Jacquin Hypnosis Academy, you're going to get that for free. But if you want to have 4 hours of learning this, you can on Sunday. But really, I fully expect. That's great. Well, thanks, Kim. It's great. Gone from a 10 down to a 0. You know, if I never do another thing, Kim, and that's what's just happened for you today, I can go to bed every night, put my head on my pillow, go to sleep. I'm really pleased for you. Expect never to experience that pain again. That's my expectation for you. So look, yeah, we're running that training, but the reality of it is we're doing this, and I want you to learn this right now. So if you've got a friend, if you're suffering yourself, you can use this as like a self-hypnosis, like meditation thing. Run yourself through the process. You know how to do this now. Drift up out of your body. The more you do it, the easier it's going to become. You drift up out of your body. In your mind's eye, see that target. See the center. Put all of your limitations, all of your pain in that center. Make that sound. Fire yourself through it, and then do the dissociation by drifting across the room and watching yourself in the chair. This is going to become easier and easier for you as you use this as a self-hypnosis tool. But you can do this for anyone that you love or anyone that you're working with that's in pain. Always check out that the pain's no use first. You don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a hypnotist to use this technique, okay? And as we've done then, it can be anxiety, it can be stress. So if you're working with somebody that is suffering because they're getting older, and just say, look, let me just run this with you. Use it for yourself. If, like me, you are getting older yourself and you're experiencing things yourself, then run it for yourself. But I would love to think that you're going to take this technique and you're going to help other people with it. It's such a simple technique and it's so powerful. You can see Kim's pain's gone from a 10 to a 0. For me, you know, it never fails to amaze me. And I've been doing this for years. And when people say to me, well, how does it work, Freddie? The answer to that is I really don't know. But what I do know is that we all have within us the ability to shut off pain under certain circumstances. We know this from kind of war zones where people get incredible injuries and carry on fighting. We know this, you know, from situations where people have their lives under immediate threat. Then whatever pain they're suffering disappears. People had their arms off in a combine harvester, and if they don't get home, they're going to die. People who have, you know, have been caught with their arm in a rock and have had to cut their own arm off. Things that you'd think would be impossible. When your life's under threat, it's amazing what your brain can do. And I think that the arrow technique is just tapping into that natural ability to shut it off, to give yourself permission to say, okay, well, it's useless, it's unnecessary, I'll shut it off. Because whatever pain you're experiencing, it doesn't exist anywhere except in your skull. That's what you have to understand. Nothing, it's not registering anywhere else except in your skull. You might feel it in your knee or your ankle, but it's only registering in your skull. It's only neurons, electrodes, all those kind of wonderful things firing off in your brain that make you aware that you've got an injury. And your brain has the capacity to shut it down. When I might have a young woman come and see me for therapy and I say, I'm in pain. Is it useless? Yes. I say, if your child stepped out in the street, where would your pain be? And they say, I wouldn't have any pain. In that moment, they recognize there is a place they can get to. That if they can get to that point, they don't feel that pain. And what hypnosis does, it gives the client access to that place. And that's why people take advantage of it. So anyway, that's the arrow technique. And I know we're talking about aging here, but I'm giving you these tools either for yourself, excuse me. That's not tonic water, it's water, but that's how classy I am here. So look, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for someone else, whether it's someone you love, whether it's you're a therapist and you see people in pain or anxiety, use this technique. I've got this app out and it's free to use. Thousands of people are using it. You can download it to your iPhone, to your Android phone. I believe that's the right URL there. You can put it into your phone, download it, it's free. All we're asking you is for feedback. We've got thousands of people using it. We want this to go right around the world to help people. So if the person you're working with, if they continually suffer with different kinds of pain, you know, migraine headaches, period pains, those kind of pains, things that are going to be coming around every now and again, then get them to download the app, point them in that direction. If someone right in front of you with pain, now you have the arrow technique yourself to be able to deal with it. So I'm going to run this next technique. It's another technique that I've developed because that's my kind of way my mind works. And And it uses a couple of techniques. It uses EMDR, so it uses that rapid eye movement, which is when we're asleep, it's when we're processing all the stuff that's gone on during the day. So we wake up in the morning, hopefully, with just the information we need to survive and get on with our day. You know, all of the other 2 billion bits of information that come in while we're talking to people, the traffic, all that sounds around us. When we sleep, the REM period just clears all that stuff out. So we're utilizing that natural ability in this technique. And it's, I don't even got a name for it, but you can call it the Jacquin phobia treatment, if you like. It's very simple. I'm going to describe it to you, and it can be done in minutes. And for kids, this is a great technique because they're very visual and they've got great imaginations. So once again, like with pain, I'm going to scale it on a scale of 1 to 10. How bad is that fear? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, because in a moment you won't be able to feel it. That's what I always say. As soon as I say the number, in a moment you won't be able to feel it. And then I'm going to run this through for you first, so you can just learn it. You can write it down if you want, and then I'm going to run you through it. So if you've got any anxieties now, you can run through the arrow. But if you've got any anxieties or any kind of stresses, see what happens when we run this technique. Okay. So I want you all to. I'll ask them to symptom scale it on a scale of 1 to 10. I've now got a number. So I say to them, look, okay, close your eyes and visualize that number in your mind. Just picture it. And you can see it, see the number itself, and then put a color on it. So now we're using more of their senses. So you see the number, make it into a color, and now move it into the distance. Move it right into so it becomes really small. And now move it right up close so it becomes huge. Now push it out again to the distance, and then move it from side to side. Watch it jumping from side to side. Just visualize that number jumping side to side. Now bring it right back up in front of you so it's huge. Now watch it morph into the next number down. See that color, push it away, get it moving from side to side, follow it with your eyes, bring it back up close, make it huge, morph it into the next number down. So we're going to do this all the way down to 0. So whatever their number starts at, you're going to say, let's say they say to you it's 8. Okay, go 7, 6, obviously 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down to 0. And when you get to the 0, you do the same thing. So see that 0 in your mind, push it away, watch it going from side to side, make it huge. And when you're ready to free yourself from this fear and anxiety, step through that 0 into a space of total bliss. Unable to experience that fear and anxiety. Do it now. And then you say, when you've done that, nod your head, open your eyes. Where's the fear and anxiety gone now? Now, I know this is not a long-winded therapy, but try it for yourself, try it with someone and see what happens. We're going to do it now with everyone that's watching this. So, so you can experience it for yourself, okay? So once again, if you've got any kind of anxiety, put a score on it, put a number on it, okay? And now, open your eyes, close your eyes and picture that number in your mind's eye and put it into a color. Make it as bright as you can. Now move that number off into the distance so it becomes very small. Now bring it up closer and watch it jumping from side to side. Make it move from side to side and keep that movement going. Now bring it up close so it's huge. And now watch it morph to the next number down. That's right. And now watch that number move into the distance, move from side to side, follow it with your eyes, bring it up close and make it huge. Watch it morph into the next number down. That's right, keep doing that. Move it into the distance, watch it going from side to side. Keep doing that, morphing that number down, down, down. So it becomes a 0. When you see that 0 in your mind's eye, make it huge. And when you're ready to free yourself from that anxiety or stress, jump through or step through that 0 into a space of bliss. And when you've done that, try and feel that fear and find you cannot. And on a scale of 1 to 10, where's that fear and anxiety gone now? Okay, well, I hope that some of you may still be doing this, but get down to that 0 and do what I asked you to do. Step through it. Notice that fear and anxiety is gone. You know, people say to me, and I hope you're all back in the room now, your eyes open, and test it for yourself. Where's the fear and anxiety gone? On a scale of 1 to 10, it's gone. Imagine there's nothing you can do about that. Hardly try and remember what it felt like to be afraid the further away it goes. You know, people say to me, Freddie, this can't be this easy. Why have people been struggling with pain for years? Why have people been struggling with fear for ages and years? Why is that? If it's this easy to do? Again, I don't have an answer for you. I only know that our mind is always working to thriving. It always wants you to be free of pain. It always wants you to be free of fear. It always wants you to have the best life you want. And given an opportunity, it will do that for you. And I think what I do, and I hope you're going to do it using these techniques, is giving people an opportunity to do this for themselves, to get out their own way for a while, you know, and just never promise anything. You just say, let's try this. What have we got to lose? It's only words, it's only imagination. So these are a couple of techniques you can use with people that you're working with, people who are aging, people who are suffering from those anxieties and fears. And for the next 15 minutes, for those of you here, because you are aging and you are struggling with accepting getting older, I'm just going to take you into a trance. Anyone else that's not here for that can experience it. I'm not going to aim anything. It's going to make you older than you are. And I'm not going to promise you anything, but it's just about acceptance. It's about saying, I'm going to enjoy every moment. You know, I'm going to help myself with these techniques to eliminate any useless pain I'm experiencing, you know, and I'm going to accept that I'm getting older. I'm going to enjoy every moment. And that's all we can do as human beings, is try and squeeze the juice out of every day. Try and make every day a good day. Try and find the things that we can find wonderful, you know, full of wonder. And they're out there, you know, even if it's in the face of your partner or the face of your kids, or, you know, just life in general, your pet, the sunshine, even the rain, you know, the smell of fresh rain, things that we need to take our time out to experience. And we may come back many times, you know, and depending on what religion you are, you might believe that. For me, I'm going to live this life as if this is it. I'm not going to be waiting around for something that might happen later. If it does, great. If truth be known, I'll probably be in the place down there rather than up there. But I'm going to live this life as if it's the one and only. And I'm going to squeeze the juice out of every day. I'm going to try and make a difference every day and try and do something that I can look back at the end of the day and say, well, you know, I've had a reasonable day. You know, that's all I can ask of myself and all suggestion to you. So this next 10, 15 minutes, it's going to take you into hypnosis. I'm going to get you to understand your worth and your value, how loved you are, you know, the joys that you can find right now, so you can live your life to the full. And the acceptance of the fact that if we're lucky, we're all going to get old. And the privilege of getting old, which people don't always look at. So if you're ready to do this, take this next 15 minutes out for yourself. Listen to my voice. You can listen to me if you want, but I don't mean this rudely. I'm not interested in your conscious mind. Your unconscious mind will hear everything I've got to say. It will take from what's needed for you to free yourself from any anxiety, any stresses about getting older, any of those limiting beliefs you've had about getting older, so you can enjoy every moment, okay? Right, so do this. Get yourself comfortable. Place your feet on the floor if you can, doesn't matter. If you're sitting in a nice chair and your feet up, it's fine. Place your hands separately. And when you're ready to make these changes, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close, but only as quickly as you're ready to make these changes within you that will allow you to enjoy every moment of your life. That's right. For a moment, focus on your body. If you can sense any tension anywhere, just let it go. Start with the very top of your head. Allow your scalp to relax. Allow those little muscles around your eyes to relax. Let that feeling of relaxation go right down through your body now. into your shoulders, arms, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers. Let your arms relax completely. And as you do that, you may become aware of certain sensations. You may even become aware of your pulse or your heart beating. As you relax even more, the muscles in your back, stomach, and chest. For a moment, focus on your breathing. Imagine you're breathing in calm and you're breathing out tension. You're breathing in calm and you're breathing out doubt. And as you continue to breathe in that wonderful way, you let your body be flooded with that joy of the oxygen. As you feel that feeling flooding your body, I'm going to repeat these words. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you, and I want you to be well. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. I want you to be well. And as those words continue to resonate in your mind towards yourself now, feel that breath drawing those words towards you, showing yourself the care and the kindness and the love that you show the people around you. Feel that now, relaxing your body even more. Deeper, deeper, deeper down into that feeling now. Every word I say is going to double that wonderful feeling. 10, 20, 100 times deeper. Imagine just dropping down through space and time. Once again, see the face of the people you love, people that love you. Feel that love. And as you feel that love, as you see those faces, every irrational fear and anxiety gone from your body and your mind, replaced by a feeling of freedom and acceptance and joy. Because with the eyes closed, it becomes easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things otherwise may go overlooked or ignored. Thoughts and feelings and sensations, and the alteration of awareness as the mind continues that wonderful letting go. Letting go even of the effort it takes to be aware of exactly where the arms are positioned or the hands or fingers. Even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more quickly or completely than the other may seem to be too much effort to bother making. As you continue to learn even more than before about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax, drifting down into that space as if you've had a bliss anesthesia. Deeper, deeper, deeper down there. And as you drift even deeper, my voice, my words will drift with you to become a part of your experience now. Every word I say is going to take you even deeper. Everything I say now becomes your reality. Every suggestion I give you, you'll act upon, carry out without hesitation is now your reality. Because you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand and respond to those things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind simply to relax and enjoy that letting go, allowing events to occur in their own time, in their own way, as you drift as a mind. That's right. Letting go even of the effort it takes to make the effort that it might take. To tell the exact position of arms, legs, or the entire body now that seems to drift through time and space. That wonderful free floating place of effortless relaxation and letting go. Allowing events to occur in their own time, in their own ways. You drift as a mind. That mind drifts without boundaries, without borders, without limits. See yourself out there, living your life to the full, free of any of the useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort, free of every irrational fear and anxiety, enjoying every day, every moment, becoming a connoisseur of life itself. See it clear in your mind and notice the way you move and the way you breathe. And go and step into that body. Feel what it feels like to have relaxed into your life, into yourself, into your age. That's right. Look back to now. Notice the things you did along the way that led to that wonderful feeling. And the unconscious mind can allow those changes to occur, while the conscious mind drifts off someplace else entirely now. That's right, in your own time, in your own way. Aware of events that occur along the way, as the unconscious mind utilizes that opportunity to alter your awareness and to continue that learning in whatever way is the right way for you. Learning that feeling of letting go, allowing the unconscious to assume more and more responsibility for guiding, directing awareness as you continue to learn even more than before about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. As you relax and enter into the trance more and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly, more and more completely and deeply than before. And I can wonder whether you're aware that you've drifted deeply into hypnosis. Because the deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper you'll go. 10, 20, 100 times deeper now. Imagine you're just drifting down toward that place of absolute bliss. Imagine it's happening automatically. Imagine there's nothing you can do about that. Just for a while, nobody wants anything. No one expects anything. There's nothing for you to do but to enjoy that experience. Nothing bothers or affects you. Nothing disturbs you. Every irrational fear you've had about aging, gone from your body. Every useless, unnecessary pain that you might have from aging is gone from your body and your mind. And the deeper you go into this feeling, the better you're going to feel. From today, whenever you want to, just escape from your physical being for a while. Whenever you want to just have some time out from life, just to go to that place of bliss, you just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time of hearing it, you're going to go back into this wonderful, deep state of hypnosis you're in now, where you have access to all your inner strengths, all your healing abilities, all your inner strength and understanding. From today, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, whenever you want to return to this wonderful experience, just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time of hearing it, you're going to enter this state of hypnosis. You'll state what you want in the positive. I want to be free of every limiting belief. I want to be comfortable. I want to be free of every ounce of discomfort. And you'll find yourself just moving toward that goal. So as you go deeper and deeper now, as my voice drifts with you now to become part of your experience, go out into the future and see yourself out there, getting older, but enjoying every moment. See yourself out there living your life to the full, enjoying every moment. The people you love, people that love you, the beauty and the wonder of every single day. Taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, but leaving it at that. Letting go of every irrational fear and anxiety. And acceptance and the joy of being able to get older. The privilege of getting older. And the fun of getting older. Without the hang-ups and the goals and the stresses that young people have. The understanding you can relax when you want to. You can do what you want to do. You can have the life you want right now. And enjoy every moment. And feel that feeling of wonder right now. See it clear in your mind. See yourself out there, smile on your face. Living every day and enjoying every moment. And a new understanding, a gratitude for the privilege of being able to get older. See it clearly in your mind now. And go over your unconscious often as you need to know that you're free of every irrational fear and anxiety. Free of every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort. Free to enjoy your life, free to be. Go over your unconscious often as you need to know that is now part of you. And it may be interesting for you to know that in that relaxed, drifting state of mind, where those thoughts drift by like dreams, some enter the mind, some drift through the mind, some are left behind to be used later on. Others are remembered or seem to be remembered at first, but then become more and more distant, forgotten over time. And this entire experience may seem so far away, like a dream you had, as the unconscious mind protects the conscious mind, leaves those things behind, forgotten but remembered too. And time changes too. So you'll know what a trance it's been. When you begin to know that what seemed to be a short time turned out to be a long time, or what seemed a long time was really no time at all. And it's easy to forget. We put our keys down sometimes, forget where we put them. It's easy to forget. And you will forget to remember to think about those useless, unnecessary discomforts, any irrational fear. And I don't know, whether it be an hour, a week, 20 years from now, when you suddenly realize you've been thinking about something else entirely, and all of those anxieties and stresses disappeared right here, right now, replaced by a steely determination to live your life to the full, to enjoy every moment, to become a connoisseur of life itself. So in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. Every suggestion I've given you, you'll act upon, carry out without hesitation. Now your reality. On 8, your eyes will open. You're going to feel incredible, like you've had a ton weight lifted, like you've had the blinkers removed, the shackles taken off. You're going to live your life to the max. You're going to enjoy every moment. You're going to see things differently, experience life differently as you live with that feeling of wonder and that feeling of joy. Get ready. On 8, your eyes will open. You are going to feel incredible. And on 10, that feeling of freedom and joy is going to grow stronger day by day. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful now. 2, to achieve all the things you want to achieve, do it brilliantly. 3, a feeling of freedom from every ounce of irrational fear and anxiety. 4, feel the force of that energy and love flooding your body and your mind now. 5, feel incredibly alive. 6, 7, 8, eyes opening, feeling absolutely incredible now. 9, 10. Well, I hope you enjoyed the experience. And this is just a suggestion. I'm just a hypnotherapist. But go and live every day. You have some tools now to deal with any of the natural aging process that happens to us. You know, the aches and the pains. You have the arrow technique. Any irrational fears and anxieties, and you'll know what they are. You'll know what are irrational and what aren't. And then you have the Jacquin phobia treatment, which I've just named today, to deal with that. You know, look after yourself, be kind to yourself, recognize the good within you, give yourself those thanks for who you are, treat yourself with care and kindness, and be kind to yourself. That's all I'm going to say to you. I'm running these on a Friday. I'll look at procrastination as maybe my next subject. I'm going to put it off until next week, talk about procrastination. If you're interested in what I do in my training, I am running this training on Sunday. It's a 4-hour training. I think it's from 2 till 6 with my son Anthony. If you're a member of my training platform, the Jacquin Hypnosis Academy, then you're going to get that for free, but it's out there. You can do it. The Arrow app, if you haven't already downloaded it to your phone, do it and help people with it, and get anyone you know that's suffering, tell them about the Arrow app and give me some feedback, because it's all good for me. Okay, I want to thank you all again for joining me, and thanks for those who are messaging me and thanking me for doing this. But to be honest, it's a thrill for me, and I love it, and I just appreciate you taking the time out to spend this time with me on a Friday. So look after yourselves, be kind to yourselves, love yourself, treat yourself with the same love and kindness that you show to the people you love, and know that you're worth doing it for. Okay. So look, if you want my book, my rote book and my audio, just email me and I'll send it to you. Okay. Take care, all of you, and have a wonderful weekend. And if you can, keep your distance till the doctors say otherwise. And if you're not already a member of the College of Medicine, I think it's about 10 quid a year to join or something. And they're always talking about integrating alternative therapists and science medication, if you like. So have a look at it. Go and visit their site. It's really worth joining if you're not already a member. So anyway, be happy, be well, have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye now.